If you've had your RV for a while, or perhaps maybe if you've just purchased a used RV, you may find that those sofa cushions and dinette cushions in that vehicle have started to deteriorate. And what you'll notice is that the foam will start to bottom out when you sit on it, or perhaps just the quality of the fabric on the outside of that cushion is just starting to wear and look a little old. Now there are 3 things you can do to fix that situation. 1, you can buy new furniture. Who wouldn't like some new furniture, right? That's going to be your most expensive option. You're going to need to go with an RV dealership or an RV renovation company in order to get that new furniture installed. Your second option would be to go ahead and replace the covering on that cushion and also replace the foam within that cushion. This is a really nice option when you've got a nice RV and you want to brighten that up, freshen it, maybe change color or find a matching color to what you have in your RV already. Your third option is to just go ahead and replace the foam itself within that cushion and keep the original covering on the outside. Sometimes it's just the foam that needs replacing, and that can fix your whole situation, just replacing the interior and not worrying about the covering on the foam itself. So let's talk about option number 2, replacing both the covering and replacing the foam on that particular cushion. What I'd like to do is show you how to actually measure your cushion, because what you're going to do is put in the dimensions of the foam that you need to replace, and then what we'd like you to do is go ahead and send the cushion covers in, and what they will do is replace the foam and send both pieces back to you. And it may come back as separate units, or they may come back all together. We'll show you that in just a moment. So the first thing we want to do in order to get the correct measurements is take the foam out of your existing cover. So I've already unzipped this one, and it can be a little bit of a challenge because you need to take the foam out. Once you've taken that foam piece out of the covering, what I want you to do is actually turn that fabric inside out. That's going to give you the best measurements possible. And this will be the same for whether you're getting new upholstery fabric or just getting new foam. This is how we want to get the best measurements for you. If you are replacing both the foam and the exterior cover at the same time, you're simply going to take this cover off and send it in to Active RV Custom Upholstery. That way they can do the measurements for you and you don't have to worry about it. If you want to get a price quote on what it would cost to replace the foam, then we do need to have some measurements taken. So I'm going to show you how to measure for a foam replacement. You'll take your tape measure and you're going to measure from seam to seam. So since I've turned it inside out, I can start my measuring tape at one seam, bring it all the way over to the other side, and where the next stitching line is, this is 38.5 inches. That will be my measurement. And you'll see on the form on the website that you can put that length measurement in there. You also then will measure the width, and again from seam to seam you're going to measure, and this is 23 inches, and then you're going to measure the depth. Since this is just a rectangular cushion, those are the only measurements that I need, and that's 4 inches. There are a couple of other things to decide upon when you are getting your fabric replaced. If you can see on this particular fabric, you will notice that I have vinyl on the bottom and I have a fabric on. The vinyl is actually the original vinyl from the cushion. And you might be able to see that there are some little Velcro pieces on here because on most dinette sofas, dinettes, there is Velcro to attach that to the bottom. So you can keep that same vinyl on the bottom, or if you want to replace both the upper and lower with a fabric, you can do that double-sided. That way it would be reversible. or you can get a new vinyl and a different kind of top. So you have several choices. Another choice you can make is whether you want to have piping. Now, I don't know if you can see this well, but you can see on this one that there is a row of piping along the upper edge, which is the only place you would put that. It adds a nice finished look to the cushion. So I really like putting piping on a cushion, but it is your choice. If you don't, you can kind of see on the bottom side, it's basically just the seam from the upper to the bottom area. The best quality foam is the HD high density foam. That will last up to 16 years. It's designed for heavy use RVs or sitting on those sofas or on those dinette cushions. If you'll notice on this cushion, you see the polyester fiber fill, which is the Dacron wrap. It actually is recommended, and the reason is that when you put this back into your cushion, it will fill in any gaps in the fabric. It'll give it a nice plump look, which just makes it look fresher and newer, and will last a little bit longer because it's filling in any of those spaces. So to think about this again, you have the options of buying new furniture. You have the option of replacing the foam inside of the cushion. You have the option of replacing the foam inside of the cushion and replacing the fabric on the outside as well. So it depends on you and your budget and how your fabric looks, whether you want to replace everything or if you just want to replace the foam on the inside. At that point, again, you can either just order it from the website or you can send in your covering and let Active RV Upholstery do that measuring for you. And that way you can be assured of a great fit when that foam comes back. When the foam and the cushion comes back to you, it will either be the foam piece as you see here with your fabric separate, or B, it could be already together. And what they're going to do is they're going to vacuum seal those cushions for you and pack them in a box. So when you take them out of the box, it'll be in one of those space bags. You'll simply undo the space bag, let the cushion come out if it's already together, and it will automatically start absorbing the air from where you're at, and you'll have a nice cushion that's completely finished. I do want to show you how to put the foam in the cushion again if you do get it as a separate piece with the foam and the fabric. Once you have sucked all the air out, you can see that I wrapped it in a plastic film. It's already going to start getting air back in, so immediately put it inside of the cushion. Go ahead and leave that outer plastic on there. It's very thin. It will not make any noise. What you're going to do is actually just pull off this film on the side by the zipper because you don't want to get that stuck in the zipper itself. You can leave everything else in the cushion, and then you'll simply be able to zip it up. So let me just get this extra plastic off of here. And that won't make any difference at all. I think that's really cool the way that works. We're simply just going to zip it up. Once it's in and all zipped up, you're ready to just go ahead and put that back on your dinette. I do have another example of a fabric cushion, and this one came already reduced together in the space bag, so all I had to do was take that out of the space bag and it was ready to put on. In both instances, we have chosen to use the same vinyl backing that was on the original cushion. That way the Velcro pieces match and everything. And that's all there is to updating your RV by getting new dinette or sofa cushions. If you have questions, you can contact Active RV Upholstery at activervupholstery.com.